we are sunny. How's it, guys?
How's it, guys?
Happy anniversary
To us.
It is our second wedding anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
We're very proud. It feels like we've been married for 20 years.
It really does. It feels like it's been a much longer time than we've been through a lot.
A
so,
life.
Yeah, we've had a life.
We have.
And we're gonna have more of a life. And more.
And many of
Many
them.
more.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we decided that it would be a good day to do an actual garden tour. Together with our insects of the garden.
We welcome them.
Well, Mika's not.
It's on me. It is on me.
It's there.
Okay,
It's
but
gone now.
okay.
Yeah, so
We're gonna show you guys what's growing on.
what's brewing?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
So if we step out of our front door, we have our container garden. But let's come back to that.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Let's come to the nursery.
To the nursery for our little babies. So I've decided that I want to be doing nursery stuff. So I've been doing cuttings. We've got some African blue basil here. These guys are ready to probably be sold, and then those guys I'll be potting off soon. We've got some rosemary babies. I've got a bunch of bigger ones all over the garden. And then you need to take over because I don't know what's going on
There's
here.
a lemon verbena and a cassava and a bohemia tree and a protea.
Yeah, all pending.
Yeah.
Our lovely geranium, rose
Rose
geranium.
geranium.
It's my favorite one. It's my favorite
It's the
scent.
best smell in the world.
So, by the way, rose geranium is, if you've ever smelt it, you'll understand why. But it's something that I use as a body, a natural perfume.
deodorant, yeah.
So it's, you just rub a leaf between your hands, and then you can rub it there and rub it on your there, and then you've got a beautiful smell. It's really nice. It's a really nice odor plant. Anyway, moving on. I just got these for my birthday
From who?
from my wife because she's awesome and she knows me. I have this memory of the very deep red hibiscus plant. And it's connected to my mom. Somehow I see her and I think of that flower immediately. And I've been trying to find one that's as deep red as that one, and I haven't found one. And Mika says that she's found one for me, and that's what those are. So I will have my very own hibiscus flowers. Yay!
It's exciting.
Okay, and then we've got Mika's done some rose cuttings. From a friendly neighbor, and then these are a combination of orange and lemon tree cuttings that we're seeing how they go. By the way, for those who don't know what cuttings are, they're literally pieces of branch chopped off and then shove them in soil and see if they grow. It's pretty much how it is. There's many other ways of doing it. You can use growth hormones and all sorts of stuff, but we don't. We just shove them in and see what happens, and most of the time they're fine.
Yes.
And
then we have seedlings. So some leftover tomato seedlings, some of which we will be selling. Some that still need to go in the ground for us. Our potato seedlings definitely need to be planted in the ground. They are more than ready to go. They're getting a little too tall over there. So we'll do that soon. And then we have some of our pepper seedlings. These are for us. We had to repot them because the bugs were starting to eat them, which I was not happy about. But now they seem to be fine. And then let us turn around to the magical giant garden of food. So all along the end here is our more African blue perennial basil. That's a fern, we don't like those. That's edging our bed, and then we've got some rosemary that Chanel stuck in the ground. These are also just cuttings, but they seem to be doing really well. Thank you. And then along the back here, in a line, is Jerusalem artichokes. I figured this would be the best place for them to just grow up and tall. And just in front of them, also in a line down the bed, is wild garlic, because you can never have enough wild garlic.
You can never have enough wild garlic, bro.
Especially if you are wanting to grow real garlic and you're struggling, get yourself some wild garlic. It is an indigenous in South Africa, so it grows like a weed, and you can eat all parts of the plant. It's delicious.
Yeah, and the flavor of it is really intense. So if you like that garlic flavor, that's definitely gonna please you. Can we just take a moment and appreciate how quickly these guys came up?
So if you guys watched our potato planting video that we did not too long ago, these are potatoes from the shops of ours that started sprouting, and we planted them, and look at them. They are amazing. They're up, they're happy, and they are doing so well. Not all of them are up actually, but most of them.
There's a lot of them that are up.
Yeah.
There's one there at the end. There.
It's quite incredible.
There. Pretty amazing. Oh, actually, that isn't one.
It is amazing. And then in this patch over here, our yacon is finally coming up. Look how cool it looks. So yacon is also called Peruvian ground apple. It grows under the ground like this giant sweet potato, but you can eat it raw and it tastes like apple. Just it's not as sweet as apple. It's really cool. You can also cook it. It is an amazing superfood. You can also make syrup. So that's a natural sweetener. It's a very, very cool plant. We're so excited to be growing it. And then we have another patch of potatoes. These are our purple potatoes and bikini potatoes. Only one has popped up so far, but they didn't really have eyes when we put them in. So they'll be here soon. And then our peppers. They're not doing super well. I have put some dried horse manure to try and help them out. But I think as soon as the weather warms up, hey, look, we've got some flowers.
Oh, yay.
Yay. Hello, guys. I think as soon as the weather warms up, they will do much better.
These are walking onions? No.
They're all walking onions.
Yeah, these are walking onions.
Yeah, you're right.
Hopefully they'll start walking soon. When it gets warmer, they start walking.
And then we've got our 3 sweet potato slips in here that are actually starting to look like they're not gonna die. So they're finally growing. Yay. We have a yellow dagga and a Bopelo orange and a Malawi yellow.
And a bean.
And some bush beans, yeah, that are coming up. That's also very cool. Okay, let's go to the container garden. So this is a whole mix of all kinds of things that is either germinating or waiting to be put in the ground or just needs to get stronger before it can be put in the ground. We have chocolate mint. We've got a pigeon pea, finally. My goodness, we've been trying to sprout pigeon peas since we moved here. Finally, we have some coming up.
Yeah, we grew so many on the wolf sanctuary. And
Yeah.
when we got here, none of them were coming up.
None of them wanted to come up. We've got a beautiful wisteria plant coming up.
Yeah.
It makes the most amazing purple flowers.
Also from seed.
We've got strawberries and sweet potato slips and basil. And oh yay. We even have Job's tears. There's a little wormy on him having a snack.
Yummo.
But that's really exciting. Chanel's other birthday present.
Oh my goodness.
This is from Estelle. And Chanel absolutely loves fuchsia plants. And she's been talking about them for a while. They're like fairy plants. They're so cool and so pretty.
The first time I saw them was in Hogsback at the Fairy Meander.
Yeah. And Estelle, our good friend, brought her a whole plant for her birthday. It's very cool.
It's awesome.
We need to find a beautiful spot in the garden to put it in. And then we have, there's like so many random things. Raspberries and vetiver grass and ashwagandha and pepino melon and perennial kale and
sugarcane,
every plant you can imagine.
tomatoes,
is here.
worm farm, onions. So
Onions for days.
these are the pregnant onions, the mommy onions,
Also called potato onions.
also called potato onions. So hopefully they're going to walk soon as well. We just planted all of them wherever we could at the time. And yeah, our two worm farms were both growing things, but we cleared the other one out because we planted some trees last week.
Yes.
So that's back to just being a worm farm. And then this worm farm has got a tomato plant and what's that?
Also avocado tree.
And another avocado tree. Avocado trees for days. Maybe we should start selling those. And then there was something I wanted to say. There were bees on here just now. It actually reminded me to mention that if you like our bee friends, which you should because they do a great deal for all of us, plant perennial basil, because it's not only amazing for you in terms of herbs, but the bees absolutely love perennial basil. So
And it flowers pretty much all year long.
yeah, and what's cool is that they're really easy. You just like cuttings, you just pop them in the ground and they grow. And the cool thing is that they can make a really big bush, but also you can cut that bush back as much as you want and it'll just keep growing. In fact, it'll grow more the more you cut.
It's incredible.
So it's really an easy plant to have, and it's really nice to always have that herb available, that flavor available. And also it's really nice to have something for the bees. You're saying hi, baby. Come here. Say hi, everybody. Mwah. Say hi, everybody.
So then next to our container garden, we have this beautiful space that is half in the shade and half in the sun.
Look at these.
Oh,
So
my
beautiful.
Inca lilies. These are my favorite flowers. And they are blooming.
They've also traveled quite a ways. They've had quite a story.
They have. So these are my favorite flowers. And my mom and I had some growing in our garden when I was younger. And then when I was visiting my sister in Grahamstown before I lived there, we went to a market and somebody was selling this deep red color of Inca lily because you get quite a few different colors. And because I'd traveled on an airplane, I couldn't take the plant with me, so I bought it for my sister and I gave it to her and left it in a pot and told her she better look after it and not let it die. And in all her years, it's the one plant that they've managed to keep alive. And so last year when we visited, I actually took a few of the rhizomes and kept them. We put them in a little pot and we brought them home with us, and now they're doing so well. And the plan is we're going to put them out in the garden and they'll just spread.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing them flower and I'm absolutely in love.
Yeah, they're really, really beautiful. Gorgeous colors. And we've got a young berry plant with it.
The young
Our
kajari.
yellowwood. All of our things here are doing so well. There's our mulberry tree. And the herbs that we planted in here are really starting to grow. The lamb's ear is huge. The echinacea is getting really big, so it's definitely going to flower this season, which is incredible.
The yarrow is happy.
Yeah, the yarrow is about to flower. I'm pretty sure this is the pink one. And this variegated thyme is my favorite thing in the whole world, and it is so beautiful now that it's spreading. And then we've got our dark red kidney beans, and our water chestnuts are growing in the water. And behind them is more wild garlic, because you can never have enough wild garlic. Lots going on in such a short amount of time.
And here we've got some basil.
Basil and a potato.
And one singular potato that we did not know was still there. And here's some corkscrew willows that I taken cuttings of in the past.
Yeah,
Absolutely such a beautiful tree.
We have about 6 or 7 of them now.
There's some more basil, scaletium.
We've got scaletium here, which is flowering. The flowers will open when the sun hits the plants, but they've taken so nicely and they're spreading. There's our aloe vera
From Marina.
Thank you, Peter Marina. Oh yes, the more basils.
Yeah,
All
tiny
coming up.
basil. Spread some basil around.
The weed. I'll just keep
And
weeding
then-
as we go along.
Was this one of the
These are one of the pickling onions
the
from
pickling
John, and
onions.
there's the other one.
awesome
Thanks, John.
John? And then you've got your asparagus. You can see me in the shadow. We've
Now
got
you
your
can see me in the shadow. purple asparagus that we've grown from seed. This is their second year. This isn't an ideal location for them, so the sprouts are still quite small, but we'll get them in the ground, and then next year we should have really big roots come up, which is going to be so nice. We can actually eat them.
Onions.
More onions. These are the same pregnant potato onions. And here is some duckweed, which if you guys are growing duckweed and you know that it's great for chickens and compost, we're gonna blow your mind and tell you that this is also called water lentils, and it is one of the best foods in the world that you can be eating.
Superfood.
We just discovered this the other day. We had no idea, so we are now going to be growing duckweed on a much bigger scale to actually feed us. It is the coolest thing. It's just a floating plant. All it needs is some water. Like, we also have some growing in a little ice cream container.
That's how it traveled with us, actually.
Yeah, you just need like a couple of these things, put them in some water, and it'll just spread and take over. And it's free food that just grows. Like, it's so cool. We're very excited.
And here I've got some garlic. It's not looking great.
So this is us trying to grow real garlic again for the fourth time. And we will keep trying until we get it right, because we've always been moving during garlic growing season, and now we're not going to be moving in the next garlic growing season. So we'll do it again. We'll prepare a nice piece of ground and we'll do all the things. This is elephant garlic, so it is supposed to make giant bulbs.
We're not expecting that.
We're not expecting giant bulbs. I'm just glad that so far they haven't died. But technically they should be ready to harvest. So that doesn't look promising. But that's why we grow the wild garlic.
And then we've got an alder, which we actually aren't going to obviously keep because we've got
enough in the ground.
We've got that happening.
Yeah.
So we don't need more alder. And then we've got the beautiful lavender that's been traveling also.
Yeah, it made its first flower stalk the other day.
And this is Mika's ice cream bush.
Another sentimental thing that reminds me of my mom. I love ice cream bushes. That one's getting its new leaves now for spring.
And we have been eating mulberries off this tree already. I picked the whole tree empty yesterday except this one, apparently.
That's our last one for the season, eh?
Oh, is it?
I think so. Enjoy it.
Yummo. Ooh. Sour.
Another awesome mix match of food. Just growing as much food as possible. We have some sunflowers here. They are the 3 dahlia tubers that have actually come up. There's supposed to be a 4th one. Not sure where it is. Yeah, I thought so. But these are purple flowering dahlias that make really big tubers, which are also edible. How cool. We've got some flowers here. And then potatoes. Our purple potatoes that you guys saw us plant 2 months ago. They will start flowering very soon, probably again waiting for the weather to warm up. We've got more yacon growing over there, and another attempt at rooting African blue basil. This one I'm not sure if it made it, we'll have to see. And if you come around the back, we've got some more bush beans, but these are green beans, but not all of them came up, so I might put some more in. And then sweet corn, yay! Look at it. It's doing so well. I'm really, really happy. I just want to skew. Why are you skew? Go straight.
Maybe she already ran over it.
She might. So the cool thing about this sweet corn is that it's been growing now for almost 6 weeks. When it hits the 6-week mark, then we can go ahead and plant another variety of corn, and that will make sure that those 2 varieties don't cross-pollinate, so we can save seeds, which is awesome. What's that?
This is a macadamia nut tree that we got from... This is a kajari tree.
Look how fast it's grown. These leaves weren't here when we planted it.
You know what's crazy is...
Whoa.
Every time we've transplanted something, I've seen transplant shock. Like Mika told me about transplant shock, and I've seen it every time we've transplanted something. These trees did not do that at all. Like they went in, and it was on a rainy day. I don't know if those of you that watched put them in on a rainy day, and because of that, I think that not only because of that, but many reasons, but because of that, I think that it just
They're
didn't
just
get
so
super
happy.
affected. But this
Yeah.
macadamia nut tree is from our friends in Grahamstown, Laura and Shannon. Sorry, I'm pulling off.
Sidetracked.
But look how happy it is.
Yeah, those are the most beautiful leaves I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I wish only growth and abundance for it. All right, next. There's my gooseberry bush.
The start of her gooseberry vineyard.
I didn't plant it. It was already there, which is the coolest part of the plant, is that it was already there. And here we've got apricots.
Yes.
And they also, not even affected, not even the
Yeah.
slightest.
They're so
Baby
happy.
leaves, new ones.
That is
very
awesome.
happy.
I'm so excited for trees.
And then, they popped back. They look better.
Yeah, I saw
So,
this
so
morning.
these ones were the only ones affected by the transplant shock situation.
But they came out of the worm farm, so I think that made a difference.
Yeah, but they look better than they did. They were very droopy. They're definitely,
Lifted.
Getting body
Their
back.
spirits have been lifted.
yeah.
And then we've got this crazy bed over here, which is growing again. An abundance of food. Guys, just plant things everywhere. Don't stress about stuff. Just put seeds everywhere and plant things. So here we've got some buckwheat that we're trying out as an experiment. Why did you fall over? Let me lift you up again. There you go.
Kajari.
Yeah, Kajari.
Yeah.
Sunflowers all along the back. We're so excited for sunflowers. We have a few, I can stand here because there's nothing there. We have a few flax plants coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, they grow so weirdly. There's just a few of them.
So
I think some of the
stringy.
bugs ate some of them. And then there's there's 3 loofah plants there. And this massive green over here is garden cress, which we got in a bag that's supposed to be for microgreens. But we were really keen just to see. We've never heard of garden cress before. I don't know if you guys know about it, other than in microgreens. So we decided we're going to try and grow it. And we just sprinkled the seeds, and look at it. It looks awesome. Do you want to taste it?
Yeah.
Here you go. I'll taste it also. We'll see what it tastes like. Tastes like green.
Yeah. It's nice. It's actually very strong.
It's got a slight peppery
It's almost
taste
got
to
a
it.
mustard vibe.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So right where you're standing, there are 5 tromboncino plants. Yes, more Armstrongs this year.
Armstrongs.
We're so excited. Tromboncino is the bomb. And then over here are 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the green striped cushaw squash. Never grown them before. We're very excited to see how they do. And then, yay, our favorite, Jackby little pumpkins. These plants are doing really well. There's actually tiny flowers. Oh my goodness.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Already?
but like tiny flowers. Look. Can you see it? The tiniest flower.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. The weather's taken so long to warm up. Plants are really getting going, but everything's been so slow because the spring has been so cold. And then the last tree that we planted, or 2 trees that we planted, is the bay leaves. So here's one here, and here's one here. They look so happy. They're doing so well. I'm very excited. Bay leaves are really cool. And then these walking onions are actually the first ones that are starting to flower. They've got their flowers coming up. Yay. We're gonna have more walking onions soon. That's the coolest part about walking onions, is that they just spread and they keep spreading.
Where are we going, Kajari?
In my daffodils.
And these are the daffodils, says Kajari.
Kajari's favorite flower. They're actually, I think they will die down at the end of summer.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I've never really grown daffodils before, but for now they're just doing their thing. I don't think they're gonna flower this season because they were very young. Normally you plant bulbs in winter, in autumn, and then they will flower in spring. But these we only planted in spring, so we'll see. And then we've got some brassicas here that are going to seed, and they're also being very bug eaten by some worms, which is cool. We'll just feed the worms, we don't mind. But yeah, this was a bit of an experiment. It's fine, we'll get some beautiful flowers out of it. And then we've got, I don't want to step on my flowers that I planted. Another fern. We've got some zinnias planted here. Here's more brassicas. These ones seem to be doing slightly better, so we may or may not get a brassica harvest out of them. But then we have more bush beans, our favorite thing in the whole world, and they are starting to flower. Yes, look at these. These are all flowers. These are flowers here. Here's flowers here. They'll be open in the next couple of days.
So exciting.
Which is amazing.
And
Yeah, that is the coolest thing ever.
here.
Plants are so cool, guys. You should just grow them all the time. They're amazing.
And now we go back towards the house, which is our first garden bed
The
that
first one.
Mika made for us. And we've got comfrey, which has already helped some people in its youngness. It's already helped someone with a shoulder problem. And was there another one? No, it was just that, which is awesome. Because comfrey is amazing. Those that don't know, known as knitbone for reasons, because it is a natural healer. And then a lot of this stuff I don't know. So Mika's going to tell me.
That is wild garlic.
Oh, it's more wild garlic.
Yay.
These were ours.
Yes.
So those we got from a friendly neighbor, LZ.
Yeah.
And then these were the ones we brought of our own. So thankfully we had a whole bunch to try first. Another one of those.
Another rose cutting.
And then what are these?
That's a weed.
Oh, it's a
Of some
beautiful
kind.
weed.
It is, yeah. That's why I haven't pulled it out. There's bulbinella though. That's right before that.
There's
There you go, bulbinella.
Also a natural healer.
Yeah, cuts and
eat
scrapes
burns
and
and things.
yes.
And then what are these?
Those are irises.
These are irises.
Yeah.
And here's my rose geranium.
That's the mother plant.
mommy
Yeah.
plant. And then this is also a rosemary that
Yeah.
we hope is going to root.
And then the yellow flowers down there is African potato, another indigenous medicinal plant.
African potato. Get the pretty yellow flowers.
Yeah, they're
I like
beautiful.
those.
I also like them.
And then
That is a king protea cutting.
oh,
that
cool!
we're
Yeah,
hoping will
Mika's
take.
been experimenting with protea cuttings, and she's had great success.
Yeah.
And then this amazing plant is the New Zealand spinach.
Yes.
And yeah, it's really cool. You should definitely grow it. It's really cool. You should definitely grow it. It's amazing. It's like it's almost more like a succulent in terms of its leaf. It's not like it's very thick, but it's such a nice green for salads, for sandwiches.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Anything. If you just want to add green to your food,
Yeah.
it's so juicy. It's like it's very refreshing. Yummo. And it's a really nice flavor. It's very
Yeah.
nutty.
It's delicious.
This is the second part of a plant that we took a cutting from Estelle's place, and Estelle's one is completely going wide, taking the whole garden over, which is amazing. Then we've got oregano and marjoram
Yes.
and thyme.
Not just any thyme.
Lemon thyme,
Lemon thyme.
which smells amazing. Smells lemon thyme amazing. And then these are our kale babies.
They are. They're all getting bug eaten now, but that's okay.
They're just going through. We're going through phases.
They're going through a
We let
phase.
nature do its thing.
Yeah,
And then these are flowers of some sort.
they are. They are foxgloves,
They're foxgloves.
which
yes,
I have
they're
been
very
wanting
cool.
for so long because
Yes.
they're so beautiful. They really are.
And then lemongrass.
That is lemongrass.
Lemongrass. And then our wilde als.
Yes, and
And
some
a-
sunflowers.
Some sunflowers.
And
I think
that
that's
is
everything.
that is everything this side of the fence. Now we cross over the
Now we
electric
leave
fence.
home.
There I go. So we have some more makeshift gardens. That's what the season is all about. We have some cucumbers over here that are just starting to grow past the seedling stage. They don't look super happy, but I think they'll be fine. And then we have more cucumbers, a different variety. The one is homemade pickles and the other one is muncher. These ones look slightly happier. I think they get just a little bit more shade. And next to them we've got some zinnias and some cornflowers. The idea is that they will trellis up the trees, so we don't have to build trellises for them. And then we've got tomatillos, which look amazing. Look at those. They were transplanted and they look so happy. We are growing purple tomatillos and Queen of Melanelco tomatillos. And then here is Kajari melon. And also some seeds of Kajari melon because we only have the one seedling. And we would really like to actually grow them this season. And then is the most amazing part of our garden. All the tomatoes. Which I have to say look incredible. I don't see any that have suffered transplant shock. I don't see any that have been bug eaten. They're all actually...
He landed on me and he's huge.
They're all double the size already from when we put them in the ground. And that was not even yet a full week ago. They look amazing. This guy looks a little bit sad, but that's just a bit of sunburn. And all the others are doing really well, which is so exciting. Yay, tomatoes. We cannot wait. I think that's everything now. I think that's all of our... Oh no, there's one more. Hey, but wait, there's more. Follow me deeper into the jungle. Chanel has been planting some stuff back here. Let's see if anything came up. Did you plant from this branch already?
Yeah, this is the path.
Okay.
So this is the...
So there are seed potatoes in this whole patch here. I don't see any yet. But you only just planted them like a week ago. So I think in a couple of days they should be up. So cool.
Nothing yet.
Potatoes in the jungle, guys. How awesome.
And then there's some, not doing very well, but there's some mustard plants there. Some rosemary cuttings. I've been shoving them all over to see how they do in different areas, kind of as an experiment.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's all.
I think so too. I think that is everything.
Hey, sit. Get.
Oh my goodness.
She doesn't get it. Cool, guys. That's us.
Hope you
Hope you enjoyed our garden tour.
the longest garden tour.
It's a nice warm now. Nice warm day now. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your whatever day you're watching this on. Yeah, we're gonna take it easy. We've still got some work to do today. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Plant lots of food.
Yeah, plant food. Seriously, that stuff's getting really pricey. Okay, peace. See you on the flip-flop.